for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the head. Good evening and welcome to the evening news. My name is Uche Chukwu Ebonam. Those who benefited from the Anambra State government oil palm and coconut seedlings distribution have pledged to support the initiative to facilitate optimal productivity across the state. The stakeholders, such as principals of secondary schools and heads of institutions where these seedlings were planted, made the commitment during inspection visits by the team from the State Ministry of Agriculture to assess the performance of distributed seedlings across the state. We have details.
Comments, the Vice Principal of Community Secondary School, Ajali, Mr. Ben Mado, said that the school has recorded success using the correct planting techniques, applying organic manure of the plants. According to him, constant caring for the plants will guarantee survival of the plants as they hoped to make income from the produce. For the principals of Holy Cross High School, Umuawolo Mbauku, Mrs. Amaka Anekwe, and her community secondary school, Ogbo counterpart, Sister Stella Mary Nwafo, they will sustain strategies to ensure the survival of the seedlings at all costs. They lauded government for supplying them with the seedlings in its bid to move the people from oil to agricultural economy, noting that in less than 4 years, there will be mass coconut production in the state, which had never been witnessed in the history of the state. Commending them for their efforts so far, the State Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Foster Ihejiofo, who spoke through the technical assistant and leader of the inspection team, Mr. Ifeanyi Nwebu, reiterated government's commitment to continue to strengthen measures aimed at boosting the productivity of the produce. He thanked schools, institutions and communities that have recorded immense success so far and called for more efforts for some beneficiaries to ensure survival of the seedlings as government spent so much to produce them. Unveiling the enforcement team at the agency corporate
of taxes, Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra State, or CHA Brigade, has unveiled a special enforcement team, also known as SET. Chibuso Obidike filed the report taken from the studios.
Team at the agency corporate headquarters in Oka, the managing director and chief executive officer of the agency, Comrade Celestine Anere, revealed that the move is in line with Professor Chukwuma Soludo's vision on ridding the state of touts and illegal revenue collectors from the state and to ensure that citizens and organizations pay their taxes as and when due. Continuing, Comrade Anere noted that the enforcement team is charged with the responsibility of ensuring that the state is livable, healthy and tax compliant, encouraging the team to ensure strict compliance to all government policies and guidelines and shun victimization of any kind. For the public relations officer of the agency, Mr. Anthony Onyekwelo, every member of the team has a unique number tag for ease of identification, which will help the agency tackle the issue of misconduct and ensure sanity in their operations. Mr. Onyekwelo used the occasion to encourage the youth to enroll in the state government One Youth Two Skills Initiative program, as any person caught in any touting activity will be dealt with.
A 3-day intensive training of Anambra youths on digital skills has commenced in Oka, Anambra State. The Digital Skill Acquisition Program, tagged the Digital Economy and Employability Program, DEEP, targets exposing the youths of Anambra State on the ample opportunities in digital skills and ICT. Our correspondent, Valentine Badoa, filed the report.
State government, through the special advisor to the governor on youth empowerment program, Dr. Nelson Omenora, is partnering the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, to host the program in Anambra State for the youths. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Dr. Omenora said that the whole idea revolves around the effort and determination of Mr. Governor, Professor Charles Soludo, to equip and empower Anambra youth to become useful at home and exportable abroad. He emphasized that the program will not just expose the youth to opportunities embedded in digital economy, but will prepare them for successful digital employability journey, noting that the opportunity connects one to rich pool of learning resources and enhances self-paced learning. Dr. Menoa encouraged the participants to maximize the opportunity as it also enables them to jumpstart digital marketing and emerging entry-level roles. He confirmed that on completion, participants will be awarded 2 certificates from Google and NITDA.
Understand that personal development, professional development is the way. Training, the understanding what you have within you is something that nobody can take away from you.
The training has over 100 Anambra youth in attendance.
Goods worth millions of naira was yesterday evening gutted by fire in a shop situated on the second floor of TN Uzoka Plaza, Ikoka. The incident, which also affected the rooftops of some shops at the same floor, was contained immediately following the quick response of the Anambra State Fire Service. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibata reports that the affected shop was stocked with phone accessories, including batteries that were highly explosive. His report.
Time of filing this report, the cause of the fire incident is yet to be ascertained, but initial predictions suggest it might be from a power surge. Speaking with the managing director of the Anambra State Fire Service, Chief Martins Agbili, said that at about 7:25 p.m. yesterday, he got a distress call that the fire is got in the plaza and he immediately deployed the state firefighters to save the situation. He disclosed that on their arrival, the shop that contained different kinds of phone accessories was completely burnt, but with efforts of the firefighters, they were able to extinguish the fire and prevented it from affecting other shops, but it affected some roofings. In appreciation, Chief Agbili thanked the public for fighting the fire before the arrival of the state firefighters and also urged the residents of Anambra to always contact the fire service during emergencies. The chairman of TN Uzoka Plaza, Chief Victor Okechukwu, explained that he went to see his brother that evening when he knew what was happening and then called for intervention.
Still to come in the news tonight. Federal government apologizes to air travelers over aviation workers' strike. 9 people still missing as cargo sinks between Japan and South Korea. Special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. The news returns immediately after the short break.
My guy, my brother, my blood. E no get wetin fall from sky, we ground no fit carry. We have been through a lot, and we still stand strong. If you remember, together we overcame monsters, battled the darkness, and even survived loss. But we became unbreakable, unstoppable. So guy, shake off the bad vibe. Face the world with your full chest. Because this life, forget, you and me, now we go run out.
A peak protein breakfast gets you up to a great day. How do I know? Because my daddy goes through his work feeling good and always with a smile. Mommy is always filled with confidence. My sister is always in tune. And for me, learning new things becomes absolute fun. Because all day and every day, the peak goes on.
Start your day with a Peak Protect Breakfast. Peak. Reach for your peak.
The family of Sir Peter Ilozumba, Ebubenna, KSM of Omudibunam Village, Obeledu, in Anota local government area of Anambra State, with heavy heart but with gratitude to God for a life well lived, announces the death of their beloved wife, mother, sister, auntie, and grandmother, Lady Susanna Kenebe Ilozumba, LSM, née Umibekwe, aged 71. Burial arrangements, Thursday, January 26, 2023, 5 p.m. Vigil Mass at her husband, Sir Peter Ilozumba, KSM's family compound, Omudibunam Village, Obeledu, Friday, January 27, 10 a.m. Requiem Mass at Holy Trinity Catholic Church, Obeledu. follows immediately after Mass at the family compound. Saturday, January 28, condolence continues. Sunday, January 29, 9 a.m. Thanksgiving Mass at Holy Trinity Catholic Church, Obeledu. May her gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Amen. Announcer, Sir Peter Ilozumba, KSM, for the family.
Welcome back to the rest of the news. The federal government has apologized to the flying public over the strike embarked upon by the National Union of Air Transport Employees and Air Transport Services Senior Staff Association of Nigeria and Air Transport Services Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, vowing that it will not happen again. Recall that on Monday, local and international flights were disrupted for several hours as a result of the strike. Fielding questions from State House correspondents at the presidential villa, Minister of Aviation Hadi Sirika described the action as wrong, inhuman and against the law, vowing that the enforcement of the law recently assented to by President Muhammadu Buhari has begun in earnest. Sirika explained that the FAN Act signed into law by President Buhari last year prohibits industrial action and riots in the aviation sector. The federal government of Nigeria has counted diphtheria, meningitis, Lassa fever, cholera and COVID-19 as some infectious diseases presently circulating in the country. Speaking at the ministerial press briefing on an update on COVID-19 response and development in the health sector, the Minister of Health, Dr. Osage Ehanere, described diphtheria as a vaccine-preventable disease, which can be curbed if the populace takes the necessary vaccination. He decried a spate of fake news also circulating in the social media, which according to him is capable of causing panic, whereas those who created the chaos are unperturbed. The health minister said the health matters are a joint responsibility of the government at all levels, community and individual, adding that the federal government has fulfilled its part. In his speech, the Director of Planning, Research and Statistics of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, NPHCDA, Dr. Garba Bulama, revealed the country targeted vaccinating at least 70% of the eligible population of 18 years and above with COVID-19 vaccine, but as at 20th January 2022, it had fully vaccinated 56.2% eligible persons with the vaccine, while 66.4% eligible persons have taken at least one dose of the vaccine, while a total of 10,390,911 persons have received booster dose. According to 13 states have so far achieved the 70% and above full vaccination of the eligible population, while 16 other low-performing states have less than 40% coverage, just as 7 states have less than 20% full vaccination coverage. The Director General of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, Dr. Ifedayo Adesifa, represented by his Director of Special Duties, Dr. Priscilla Ibekwe, urged Nigerians to join the fight to control and prevent infectious diseases nationally. Dr. Deborah Butchers Oreori of the Department of Hospital Services said in collaboration with other agencies under the case management threatening activities, there are plans to use the COVID-19 response mechanism funds for training of healthcare workers on diagnosis and management of infectious diseases, emergency preparedness and mitigation strategies, as well as relevant modules are being developed to support frontline health workers. From the foreign scenes, Japan and South Korea are searching for 9 crew members of a cargo ship that capsized in rough weather. Japanese and South Korean media say 13 members of the crew were rescued after the 6,551-ton Jintian sank off the coast of Japan's Nagasaki. 5 of the crew were picked up by nearby vessels, while 8 were later rescued by Japanese and South Korean Coast Guards. Japanese officials said 14 crew members on Hong Kong-registered ship are Chinese and 8 are from Myanmar. There was no immediate word on what caused the Jinshan, which was carrying lumber, to capsize. From the world of sports, the draw for the UEFA Nations League semi-finals has been announced on Wednesday. UEFA disclosed this in a post via its website on Wednesday morning. The Netherlands will face Croatia on Wednesday 14 June in Rotterdam. Spain will clash with Italy on Thursday 15 June in Eshed. The match for third place will take place on Sunday 18 June in Eshed. The final will also take place on Sunday. Family members, friends and well-wishers have bid farewell to late Michael Tochukwu Okonkwo of Enugu, Njikoka Council area. The burial ceremony of the deceased, who died at a young age of 34 in a ghastly motor accident on 24th of December 2022, took place at his father's compound at Enuoji village of Enugu, Njikoka local government area. Correspondent David Ndife covered the event, taken from here.
Service, which attracted people from all walks of life, including business associates and political office holders, commenced with a holy mass at St. Anthony's Catholic Church, Enugu, officiated by the rector, St. Don Bosco Seminary, Isuaniosha, Reverend Father Jude Mokwe, assisted by other visiting priests. In a homily, Reverend Father Ekene Eduzo, while describing the late Michael as a responsible gentleman, charged Christians to be steadfast in their race and live a worthy life and be ready for the return of the Lord at any given time. He encouraged them to bear the loss with fortitude, having hope in the promise of resurrection, and prayed for the repose of his soul. Acknowledging the deceased as a respected personality, the Zenith Labour Party candidate for Dunukofia Federal House of Representatives, Barrister Valentine Anyeka, described the late Michael as a hard-working and promising young man, describing his death as a great loss to the entire Enugu community, and called on youths to be good ambassadors wherever they find themselves, and prayed for God to grant his soul eternal rest.
I'm here to commiserate the family who lost a very young, promising man, and for us to, pay him the last respect. And my prayer is that God will accept his soul.
In their separate speeches, the brothers and relatives of the deceased, Sir Anthony Okonkwo, Mr. Paul Okonkwo, and Mr. Obum Okonkwo of the ABS, portrayed their late brother as a peacemaker, a loving man whose passion for humanity and charity was unparalleled, lamenting that his death is a great loss to the family while wishing him eternal rest in the Lord. For his former classmates at Community Secondary School Umuopu 2008 set, including Comrade Chinedu Nwana, the death of Onowu Nagana, as he was popularly called, has left an indelible mark in their hearts, and prayed for God to grant the family the fortitude to bear the loss. ABS OAP Mr. Onyekachukwu Ugochukwu led the ABS delegation of the Programs Department to pay condolences to the family. Some other dignitaries and groups that attended the funeral ceremony were Honorable Okechukwu Shibo, St. Anthony's Catholic Church Youth Association, Enuoji Youth Association, Umuobu Women Association of Enugu, and Umuada Imo Association of Enugu Wing, among others.
Before we go, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS TV from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television Oka. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at ABS Television Oka. Go on to follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now the main points that made the news again. Anambra State government has received more accolades on oil palm coconut seedling distribution initiatives. Intensive training for Anambra youth on digital skills has commenced in Oka. Federal government has apologized to air travelers over aviation workers' strike. And finally, we told you from the foreign scenes that 9 people are still missing after cargo sank between Japan and South Korea. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. That's all on the news tonight. My name is Uche Chukwu Ebonam. Thank you so much for staying with us. Good night.